What can you accomplish with 5 pounds of gear? Stick around and we'll get right to it.
Real quick, before we get going, I've got to give a shout out to these guys. They're my latest patrons over on Patreon. If you'd like to help support the channel, I'll leave a link to Patreon down in the description below.
Hey, welcome back guys. Jason, KM4ACK. Today I'm out on a short hike, about 2, maybe 2.5 miles, and I've literally just brought 5 pounds of gear with me. And it is primarily radio gear, but I did bring the land navigation kit with me. And I'll show you guys everything that I brought along here in just a few minutes. But I end up working several events throughout the year with our local club. And we almost exclusively use 2 meters and 440. So I wanted to see if I could put together a ultra lightweight, ultra portable kit that could give me voice capability, it would give me APRS, and it would give me Winlink. So today we're out here to put that gear to the test. Well, it looks like we just crossed the 1 mile mark, which I think is about halfway through this muddy trail. Let's see if we can find a log to maybe sit on and see if we can make some radio contacts. I'm thinking Winlink is in order. All right, I've just got you guys kind of precariously perched up there on a stump, but I think it's going to be enough. I am putting up the Ed Fong roll-up J-pole, and I'll show you guys the rest of the gear here in just a second. I just wanted to get this antenna up because I think it's going to give us a much better chance for success this morning. So we're just going to get it up somewhere right around in there. I think I can still leave the radio sitting on that stump right there, and we'll just lean this sucker right over in the tree, K8 MRD style. Now, the radio that I have chosen for this little adventure is the BTECH UV-Pro. This is a fantastic radio for the money. It just does all the things, but the most important thing that it'll do, besides doing 2 meter and 440, is it gives us Bluetooth access to that TNC, which is going to make it easily pair up to the tablet that I brought along with me. Pro tip, if you use BNCs on all of your devices, all of your HTs, makes it super quick and easy to swap over to a different antenna. Now, I robbed the Lenovo, I think that's it, Tab M8 out of the truck this morning. This thing already has Wode loaded onto it, and it already has APRS Droid. So this gives me everything that I need, and it works well when paired with that BTECH UV radio. Let's go ahead and see if we can get into my Winlink gateway that's not that far away, and if not, we'll try a second and even a third one. All right, so now that we're inside of Wode, we're just going to go ahead and connect to that UV-Pro and see if the first connection will go through. We'll go over to our sessions. I'm going to choose that first one, which is UV-Pro KM4ACK. I've got the frequency set on the radio. That is one thing different. Radio Mail will actually do rig control with the UV-Pro and that VGC radio. Wode, you need to set the frequency manually because it will not, to my knowledge, do rig control with those radios. Now, right now, I'm just kind of watching. It did just connect to the radio, and I believe it sent out its first packet. A little hard to see that transmit light out here in the daylight, but it did send it out, and it doesn't look like we're getting an answer from my DGP or my Winlink gateway back at the house. So we'll wait for this to time out, and then we'll plug in another one and try it instead. Now that we've got that second gateway programmed in, let's go ahead and give it a try. That's the WC4 EOC, and let's go ahead and click start. I'm gonna watch that radio again. It is connected. Oop, and I forgot to change the frequency. So we'll go ahead and punch that in, 145050. Too many things going on this morning, cameras and tablets and radios, and I need to drop the camera and actually focus on the radio and what I'm doing over here. Let's see if it'll connect though. I'm waiting for that transmit light to go again. I do have a little bit more antenna that I could give it, so we could get it up just a touch higher, but we'll give this a try first. Well, no dice. Let's see if we can put the antenna up just a touch higher and salvage this. Ah, there we go. It is finally starting to work. Now, I realized that I was getting some interference from another frequency on the local repeater. That was keeping the squelch open all the time, and that's what was preventing me from getting a good signal into the gateway. But it does look like we're downloading some messages right now. We are receiving I believe coming over here, I got an alert on APRS that said I had 3 pending messages. So let's see if we can get all 3 of those downloaded this morning. By the way, if you don't know how that works, all you need to do is you need to put Winlink in your APRS comment, and anytime you've got Winlink messages, it will send you a notice over APRS to let you know you've got pending messages. So it looks like that has finished up. Let's take a look and see what we got. Oh, and those are the 3 test messages that I sent yesterday. So here's something else in case you guys don't know this. You probably know, if you work with Winlink any length of time, that if I receive an email on this device, well, it's not going to show up on my primary device like my laptop. So what I did yesterday, and I've kind of hosed myself out here this morning, but what I did yesterday is those 3 messages that I had received, I sent them to test. Anything you send to test will come back to you. So it's a good way if you receive it on a device you don't normally use, like this tablet, and you want to give it to your primary device, well, you just send those messages to test and then download them on your other device. So I'm going to have to take all 3 of these and resend them to test so that they're on my primary device. So we'll just click into one of them, and I'm going to click the forward, and I'm going to enter test right here as the recipient. We'll just click next, we'll click next, we'll click next, and we'll click done. And that's it. It should be, oh no, post to outbox. And that's that one has been sent to test. We'll go ahead and send another one as well. In fact, we're going to do all 3 of these. We'll go ahead and click the start button, and it should connect up to the radio here in just a second and send out those 3 messages so I can grab those once I get back to the house on my primary machine. Now, you might be wondering what else I had in that little bag that I put together, and it was only my little everyday carry HT kit. So primarily in this is where that Ed Fong J-pole antenna lives, is in one of the zippered compartments. There's a spare battery for whichever HT I happen to be carrying that day. I've got a little battery so I could recharge if I needed to, and I've got a signal stuff antenna, and then I've just got some various bits and bobs so that I can connect whatever type of radio I might have with me that day. And then the other thing that I keep in here is this land nav kit. I picked this up from the Tech Prepper. Guys, he's doing a lot of work on land navigation right now. If you want to check this out, what this is let's go ahead and open this up. It is a folding clipboard so that you can keep your maps really together and easily accessible when you're in the field. If you want to check one of these out, head over to his channel. I'm not sure if he's still got these in stock or not, but he's where I found this, and this has been a really nice addition to my kit. Guys, if you found today's information helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up before you head off. We will see you guys on the next one. Until then, 7-3. I ended up taking the long route, which was almost 4 miles, 3.71 to be exact.